Hey, what's up? It's Dallas Ness from mimicmethod.com, and I'm here with my friend Brian.
Brian Sublin, what's up?
And actually a friend of a friend, I just met him like a few hours ago, and we had some great conversation about language, about business and life that I wanted to share with you guys. If you like this video, be sure to share it, mimicmethod.com. And what we're talking about, Brian brought up an interesting concept about being monolingual, which you are, yeah?
Yeah.
And wanting to learn Spanish, wanting to learn a second language. And what did you say?
Yeah, I mean, I said that I felt like I'm handicapped, not knowing a second language fluently. Took Spanish in high school, took Spanish in middle school, but never really was able to converse. And I feel like just living in the modern world, even though, you know, I'm a highly educated person in the traditional sense, like having gone successfully through undergrad and continuing education since then, I just feel like I'm not educated. Like literally that's how I feel.
Yeah.
Just like interacting with people, especially living in a city like San Francisco, working in the industry. I have a food business, so like a lot of people speak Spanish, and I feel like, like sometimes I don't know how to converse or interact with people on a personal level the way that I want to.
Yeah.
And literally feels like a handicap.
Yeah, so let's dive into that. So you interact with a lot of Spanish speakers here in San Francisco, and like give me a specific example where like you want to speak Spanish to somebody but you can't, and then you feel like stuck.
Well, I'll just give you an example that happened like just today. Like there's a guy at the kitchen I work at. They're building a cafe up front, and we interact, like we say hi, and he speaks English, so it's not too much of a barrier to converse with him. But connecting in an interpersonal level every time I see him on a daily basis is something I feel like we would have a friendship if I was able to speak in his language.
Yeah.
He lives in the neighborhood. This is the Mission District, so the Spanish-speaking district of San Francisco. He's a guy who comes in, he does painting and construction and, very like manual labor type tasks. But we see each other every day, and he's basically a colleague of mine. And I feel like I can't connect with him because I don't speak Spanish.
Yeah.
So just a simple example. I mean, another practical example is just like hiring people.
Yeah.
Being able to speak Spanish, like that would open my pool up to people who don't speak English.
Yeah.
So, just reality.
Yeah, you say a really important key word that I use all the time in our language, which is connect, right? And you're saying you use Duolingo for a bit to learn, and you learn vocabulary, and you throw different apps. They teach you the language, they teach you the words, vocabulary, but really it's a tool. Language is a tool for us to connect. And what I see in my experience is the people who succeed in learning a foreign language are people who have specific human beings or groups of human beings that they sincerely want to connect with. Because when you see that person, that feeling of I can't talk to him, that makes you go back and really hit the books harder and really get the practice going on. I'm glad you said that. So what have you done so far to learn Spanish?
Well, I mean, like I said, I have kind of a traditional education. I have some of the basic vocabulary, and I mean, I can read items off a menu and order and things like that. So I never really felt like if I traveled to a Spanish-speaking country and was doing the touristy things that it held me back too much. But, some of the things in recent years that I've tried is, like I said, Duolingo. To me, that was a way to get my vocabulary back up, but it fell off really rapidly because I wasn't, like you were saying, connecting. Like I wasn't having that conversation. One of my best friends is Colombian, and he and I joke about, he lives in a different state, but we joke about getting on Skype and having conversations. But we never do that. Like in person, I'll try to speak broken Spanish to him, and that's really cool. But we never have actually been able to keep a rhythm of talking to each other to learn, And so I guess I've tried that. I've tried the Duolingo thing, and honestly, that's really it. Like I haven't really. It's not like I've toiled to do it. It's just this thing that it's in the back of my head.
Sure.
Like I mentioned, the three things that I want to learn is Spanish, learning Spanish because of the reasons we talked about. I feel like as an educated person in today's modern world, I need to know another language, and Spanish is the one that I'm gravitated towards. Dancing, aside from just bumping and grinding, actually knowing a dance style, and for me salsa dancing is that. And it's similar to the connection, man. You see someone that's out, and especially if you're in a Spanish speaking country, or even just a club where people are dancing with rhythm, and you want to impress someone, and if I see a beautiful woman and I want to connect in that way, actually knowing how to dance is huge.
For sure.
And it just feels good. So learning how to salsa dance, actually being fluent in salsa dancing is something else. And then musically, that music is another thing. So don't really know how to play an instrument, played the trumpet when I was younger, but learning guitar, I think, is another one of those skills that it just helps you connect. Like, music is the universal language, you know?
Yeah.
So I've always like kind of been a little bit jealous of people, like you're around a campfire. It's like, oh, you've got a guitar? Yeah. I'm just gonna play something, and everyone automatically starts smiling and singing. Like, anytime you do something and people are smiling and singing, that's dope.
Yeah, man, it's a great skill.
So yeah, I digressed. But yeah, I mean, the truth of the matter is, I've let my preconceived notions of what it would take to learn a language get in the way of me really doing anything to do it.
Yeah. So I like how you bring up those 3 points of dancing, music, and language, because if you think about it, essentially it's the same thing. And when I created the Mimic Method and the programs we do, it was based on my experience learning music, learning language, and learning dancing and other physical activities. Because think about it, what are you describing right now? Whether it's salsa, Spanish, or, you know, salsa music or any other kind of guitar or whatever, you're doing what? You're trying to connect with a human being through sound that you're creating with movement.
Yeah.
In dance, you're moving your feet, Right? And then if it's music like guitar, you're moving your fingers. You know, you're doing like the music and all that kind of stuff. And if it's language, you're moving what? Your tongues, your lips, your throat. And as I explained to him earlier,
freestyle rapping,
which you got coming up later, stay tuned. I explained to him earlier is that the reason why we don't do language right with hearing and pronunciation and sound and movement is because we don't see our mouth. I can see my feet when I dance, I can see my fingers when I play guitar, but I can't see my mouth when I speak. However, you can see your mouth if you just use the technology we have today. So that's what we do in our courses. We put these things up here, these diagrams, videos of native speakers. You see exactly how to move your mouth to dance your tongue, stroke the guitar string of your teeth.
Ooh, hey. We'll go with that.
I like it. But yeah, so yeah, man, it's really cool to have that conversation with you and stuff. Another thing that I found out, and I'm still waiting to see, is that apparently Brian can freestyle, and you know how we get down on the Mimic Method Live.
Badly.
You want to show us? You want to give you a beat? Give you a little beat.
Give me a beat.
Yo.
All right. Yeah. Here we go, I'm about to juke and drive. We're freestyling on the Mimic Method Live. Here out in SF, just having a good day. Yeah, what's up? I don't know what to say, but that's what we do when we're freestyling. Yeah, you know, when we juke and jive in. And I'm salsa dance speaking Spanish. That's how you know this the realest ish right here. Yeah, we keeping it going. Don't you see across the Roxy? We won't chill. We going to get fun. There's some girls looking like, who is that one? What? Yeah, you know how we do it. I like what you're doing. Like your little yeah. That's it. I got nothing. I'm done.
Oh, there you go. Wow, fantastic. He's got fans and everything too. Man, great video.
Yo.
Glad for joining.
Good shit, man.
And check out, by the way, actually one more thing I want to talk about. Simmer Soup
Company.
It's got a very interesting bone broth restaurant company.
Yeah.
Coming up. The Hustle. You want to say anything about that?
Yeah, man. Yeah. So bone broth is something that helped me heal when I was dealing with a pretty bad injury and kind of inflammatory condition a few years ago. And it's something that I'm turning into the centerpiece of a fast casual concept in San Francisco. So right now I do catering, I do farmers markets. You can check it out, simmersoup.com to follow me. Simmer Soup Company on Facebook. But yeah, I'm trying to bring something that's been a traditionally nourishing aspect of all cultures, all societies, and make that a centerpiece of ours. It just so happens that it's becoming hot right now, but to me,
no pun intended.
Hey, it's becoming hot right now. No pun intended. Yo, we simmering, we chilling. That's all good. But I just want to keep going.
It's contagious, man. You just gotta keep going.
But yeah, no. So I'm trying to create really healthy meals free of most dietary allergens. Bone broth is a good way to bring it together. We're gonna have healthy soups, healthy bowls, like veggie centric. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be healthy. Hopefully sometime up in 2017 here. So you know,
I'm excited.
Come through SF.
And I'm gonna keep visiting him to do Facebook Live videos on it. So hopefully you'll see that as well. I'll come to your farmers market, drop my own freestyles.
All right.
And but man, thanks again for being on our live video.
Yeah, dude.
Thank you guys for watching. If you like this, share. If you want to learn more about languages, go to mimmethod.com. If you want to learn more about soup and bone broth, go to simmersoup.com. Check out in the farmers market if you're in the SF area. And
hey, anybody wanting to speak Spanish to learn with me, want to be accountability buddy, hit me up. You know, salsa dancers, if you're in SF, please, I'd love to, you know, let's communicate. La comunidad, let's communicate, let's reciprocate, let's replicate the dances, let's go out to salsa nights on Thursdays. I've got a good couple free locations that we can go to. You know?
Do it, man. Hit them up in the slide in the DMs.
Hit me up.
All right, guys. Take it easy.
Peace.